The Aztec civilization has also made substantial contribution to science and technology and to the society as a whole. Some of their contributions are education. They put values on education, that is why their children are mandated to get education regardless to their social class, gender, or age. It is an early form of universal or inclusive education. Chocolates. During their time, in Mayan cultures, they valued the cacao beans highly and made it as a part of the tribute to their gods. They also have antispasmodic medication. They use this type of medication that could prevent muscle spasms and relaxed muscle, which could help during surgery. Shinampa, a form of Aztec technology of agricultural farming in which the land was divided into rectangular areas and surrounded by canals. They also have Aztec calendars to enable them to plan their activities, rituals, and planting season. Invention of canoe. A light narrowboat used in traveling in water system. Development of science in Asia. Asia is the biggest continent in the world and the home of many ancient civilizations. It is a host to many cultural, economic, scientific, and political activities of all ages. In the field of science, technology, and mathematical, great civilizations have stood out: India, China, and Middle East civilization in India. It is a huge peninsula surrounded a vast body of water, fortified by huge mountains in its northern borderways. The Indians creatively developed various ideas and technologies useful in their everyday lives. They are known for manufacturing iron and in metallurgical works. Their iron steel is considered to be the best and held with high regard in the whole of Roman Empire. While the Chinese are known for traditional medicines, a product of centuries and experiences and discoveries of the Chinese people. They have discovered various medical properties and uses of different plants and animals to cure human illness. An example of this is acupuncture. In terms of technology, Chinese are known to develop many tools. Among the famous discoveries and inventions of Chinese civilizations: compass, paper making, gunpowder, and printing tools that became known in the West. In the field of astronomy, the Chinese also made significant records on supernovas, lunar and solar eclipses, and comets, which were carefully recorded and preserved to understand better the heavenly bodies and their effects to our world. While the Middle East countries are dominantly occupied by Muslims, with the spread of Islam in the 17th and 18th century, a period of Muslim scholarship, or what we call the Golden Age of Islam. In 13th century, the common language of Arabic access to Greek texts from Byzantine Empire and their proximity in India were contributory to the intellectualization of Muslims and provide their scholars knowledge to create innovation and develop new ideas. But contrary to the Greeks, Muslim scientists placed greater value on science experiments rather than plain thought experiments. Development of science in Africa. So in Africa, Africa is blessed with natural and mineral resources. Science also emerged in this part of the planet long before the European colonized it. The history of science and mathematics show that, similar to other ancient civilizations, the early civilizations in Africa are knowledge producers too. The Egypt or the ancient Egypt civilization has contributed immensely and made significant advances in the fields of astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. For example of the development we have is geometry. Geometry was a product of necessity to preserve the layout and ownership of farmlands of the Egyptians living around the Nile River. The rules of geometry were developed and used to build rectilinear structure, the post of linear architecture of Egypt. Egypt was known to be a center of alchemy, which is known as the medieval forerunner, and chemistry, for tried study human anatomy, pharmacology, and applied important components such as examination, diagnosis, treatment, prognosis for the treatment of diseases. These components displayed strong parallel to the basic empirical method of studying science. Astronomy was also famous in African region. For instance, documents show that Africans used three types of calendars: lunar, solar, and stellar, or a combination of the three.